In the house.
It's loading.
You're live.
Oh, do we have sound? Do we have sound?
Hello, testing.
Oh, that's it.
Testing. Do we have sound? It looks like, see those little green dots on the bottom?
Yeah.
They move.
They move.
They move.
DD3, can you confirm?
Testing.
Waiting for start.
There we go.
All right, folks, we are back.
Yeah.
And I
Let's
believe
go.
that you can hear us now. We did a whole segment on the Royals. I mean,
Is
hopefully,
it the same
Hey,
link?
hey.
Is it the same link or is it a different?
It's a different one probably now, or it's the same. It should be the same. I don't know. But if you go to our live now, just take that link and then you could share that link. And I guess we'll just do long story short on the Royals, right? If you guys
Just recap it.
you missed it. More or less, that's a little loud, right? More or less, I think what we said, we're 2 games up right now. We got the Tigers and we got the Twins right on our ass, and we have 9 games left. Our next game is up against, we're playing who right now?
Giants.
We got a 3-game series against the Giants. They're below 500, and then we got the Nationals up next below 500. And then we cap it off a 3-game series against the Atlanta Braves, who are playing a little bit of decent ball right now. So that's what we're up against. Anything else I missed on the Royals?
I just want to say, let's hold on to that wild card. Let's get it. Hold on.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
You don't think we're gonna make it?
No.
Oh, what? Oh my God.
Well, on that note, let's go ahead and transition over to the Chiefs. All right. First up, we got breaking news. As you all might know, Kareem Hunt is back with the Chiefs.
Hell
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like when your ex comes back into your life and you're thinking, is it really a good idea? Well, you heard it here first. We say, hell yeah. And I will go ahead and hand it over. Who wants to expand on this first? What do y'all think about our running back situation?
Never a good idea.
So he's not active for this week, right?
No,
That's
he's not.
correct.
Nope, he's not.
So who do we have? Who's our third running back? Are we just gonna go with Steele and
And
Pirine?
Samaje Perine. Yes.
That's risky.
There is a third.
There has to be somebody.
There is
else.
a third guy.
Yeah, there is a third
from the
guy.
practice squad. I'm guessing.
Clyde, and then
Keontae Ingram, I believe,
yeah,
or who
there
it
it
is.
is.
Oh, he
yeah,
actually
yeah,
bring
yeah.
it up.
He's
Okay,
the guy
okay.
that they say has the most experience with our playbook, actually. So they think that he's going to see some playing time tomorrow, or Sunday rather.
Oh, okay.
Samaje Perine.
I'll
I'll bring it up later.
And then I do want to ask a question, and anyone feel free to take this. So obviously we brought Kareem Hunt in, right?
Yes.
And if you look at who we have now, he could be a guy in a couple of weeks that's actually taking most of the snaps in the backfield. My question is he going to be the answer to our questions at running back, or will Carson steal the show?
Oh, that was witty,
Take
buddy.
that.
That was
It
witty.
was an accident.
Man, I don't like none of them. I mean, I like Steele, but he's a rookie.
Tell it like it is.
He's a rookie.
Tell
man.
it like it is.
P-Run, he has his little spot. Hunt, he could come in, but how old is Hunt now? Is he in his 30s yet? He's 30.
I don't know.
He's 29.
It's been 6 years since
So 28, 29. He's
since he
getting,
left.
he's starting to hit that's
18
yeah.
was the year that it all kicked off.
Well,
for
here's
him.
the thing. Like,
Yep, 2018.
he wasn't on a roster for a reason, right?
right.
I mean, if he couldn't make a roster, so I don't know where he's at. I don't know.
So-
I'm a little worried about that.
So something about him, right?
No.
So his numbers have declined a little bit the last 3 years, right? Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if their offensive line declined either, right? So I haven't dug that deep into it. But what
Are
I
you
do
talking
know,
about they declined because of Nick Chubb? Nick Chubb was a fucking all-star.
yes, well that makes sense actually. Well, no, I'm talking about the yard per carry, right? So that shouldn't decline. It's
Again,
the yard per carry.
Nick Chubb was doing awesome. So if Hunt wasn't, that's on Hunt, not on
Well,
the
yeah,
line.
no, I'm not. I agree with that. So last year he was actually playing with an injury most of the season. He did get surgery in the offseason, and so Andy Reid thinks that we're going to see a more explosive Kareem Hunt this year.
He also thinks he's more mature too, as well. I don't know what that means.
I mean, I would agree with
Kicking
that.
girls inside your hotel room. instead of outside your hotel room? I don't know what that means.
Making sure there's no camera this time.
Right. Right.
Well,
Right.
let's be honest,
Yeah,
right?
no
He was a
camera,
lot
baby.
younger. We're 6, 7 years removed. I think Patrick said it pretty good, right? We
He
all
did,
have friends that
yep.
have made mistakes, and you're not going to kick them while they're down. No pun intended.
You're all over it, dude.
For the rest of
You
the
are
life,
going to
right?
kick them while they're down.
Wow.
You're all over it today.
Right. Well, that is the media today that we live in, right?
I would say the ideal situation is that Carson Steele is able to just slide right in and take those primary Pacheco carries. The only thing that worries me is the ball that he put on the ground.
Yep, I was about to say.
If he hadn't put that ball on the ground, I think we would all be beating the Carson.
Okay,
Steele
But he did
drum
come
right
back.
now.
He came back after
He did.
that.
He
and
did.
had
He
some
did.
nice
He did.
runs.
Andy Reid, he does that. You know, as you recall, Kareem Hunt's first game, his first carry, fumbled against the New England Patriots. What did he do?
Oh, he went off.
Went off.
Broke
Exactly.
some records.
So I think one of the main things with Steele as well is that what is his pass protection experience, and can he
That's the big
handle
question.
that?
That's not the only thing that I'm concerned about.
Well, okay, and I'm gonna I'll go ahead and link this in with that too.
Okay,
because we need someone that can do pass protection as a running back, because what is going on with our left tackle situation?
Ooh, and is it Matthew Judon over there that we're going against this Sunday night? Oh, it's not good.
Because I heard that they're going to play both left tackles. But they're both
I heard that we're going to cheat
at one time.
We're going to have 13 people.
Yeah,
and two of them are going to
we
be
should be
left tackles.
fine. We should be fine.
Yeah. No, but so it's kind of like, man, it's like they're both going to, because they're not a position that usually you have multiple people playing. It's so
We want it to be pretty steady.
Yeah.
So the one thing that I'm concerned about is, okay, so let's say we're up by 3 points, right? And there's 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the game. And Isaiah Pacheco is usually the guy that they give the ball, run that clock down, get that first down. What if we're in that same situation? Who is going to be the guy to do that?
Carson Steele is going to get the first
scared.
opportunity.
I think it could be Carson Steele, but here's the big question, and you guys might know this better than me. When we saw Carson Steele in the preseason, he looked impressive, obviously. That's what we're all talking about here. Who was he playing against, though? Was he running against the first team, or was he running against the second team in those preseason games?
So,
second team?
Yeah, that first
That's
game where
concerning.
Second and third, according to
Yeah.
Willie.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's a big difference, right? So
Yeah, that's why Caleb
He's still
Williams looks so
improving.
great, and now he looks so shitty.
good
Man,
point.
That's right. That's right.
So, and here's something else, man. What do you guys think about this? So we're 2-0, right? But how good do you guys feel about that 2-0?
Oh, I'm mad at Mahomes. I'm
'Cause-
mad.
Because
Well,
Mahomes,
I'm mad at him for
He had-
for
We're down to
selfish
3
reasons.
viewers, and
For
you're
s-
yelling at Mahomes.
Yeah, I'm mad at him for
He had
selfish
the-
reasons.
the
For selfish
least
reasons.
amount of passing yards of his whole career last game.
Yes.
100, what was that? 100 and
28, I think.
100, no.
151.
I actually have it
151.
here somewhere. Hold on.
151.
151, spot on. 151 yards. Man, I feel bad for anyone that drafted that guy in the first round.
Shut up.
I'm sure none of us did. So,
Or maybe
Oh, my bad.
somebody sitting here.
This guy.
Someone here. Yeah.
This
Hey,
guy.
man, you
That's
gotta
why
love
I'm
him.
mad at
Gotta
him.
love him, man.
I
You
mean,
gotta
I do
love
love him. I do love him.
It's going to be it's going to be a different world for Mahomes without Pacheco. I mean, we're
Yeah.
very much
I mean,
so.
I
Very
would-
much so.
how many pass attempts is he going to have on Sunday night against Atlanta?
And with
Over
the,
30? Over 30?
Probably 25 to 20 to 30.
Mm-hmm.
I do have a prediction. I think we're going to throw for over 300 yards, actually.
Wow,
Their top corner, actually, is A.J. Terrell, and he's been struggling. He's been struggling this season. So I think Devontae went for about 70 or 80 yards on him the week before. Who was it? I got it wrote down on my piece of paper here.
The Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles. AJ Brown, went deep on it. Or I just said Devontae Smith, rather. Right. But then another player. But anyways, where do we have Rice at? Is he going to hit 80 yards?
oh yeah, he's going to get
That's
100.
the question.
If Pat Mahomes is going to throw for 300, he's going to hit 80.
Yeah, he's going to have 100.
And then the
Rice-
big question is, what
Rice is
about
our main
Kelsey?
guy. Kelsey's off to
Kelsey.
a slow start, man. I was talking to Willie
Slow.
upstairs, and I was going to say this on fantasy owners: if you have Kyle Pitts on your team, that's a must start. because the Chiefs defense can't cover a tight end for shit.
You ain't
No,
right.
they can't.
Oh,
no,
man.
they can't.
Kyle
made
Pitts
Gesicki
is
look
gonna
like the
fucking
second-
go off.
You know
dude.
what? Kyle Pitts is late to the show anyway. We've been
Yeah.
talking about Kyle Pitts for what 3 years now. Kyle Pitts hadn't done shit except
And-
for
and
be a
who was-
fantasy football name that hadn't done shit.
But who was the Bengals tight end? That dude.
Gesicki.
Yeah.
Gesicki.
I
We
was like,
made
who
him
the
look
fuck
like
is
the
this
second
dude?
coming of Tony Gonzalez.
For real.
Gesicki made his name out playing with Tua and the Dolphins last year before, and he's kind of having a resurgence. I got him on my fantasy squad.
I'll say this about Kelsey, and I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys knew this. I looked this up today. So after last week, it was his 5th consecutive regular season game with fewer than 45 receiving yards.
Wow.
Which I didn't realize it was that bad, but that is true.
It is
In
bad.
the last game, there was unfortunately more Taylor Swift highlights than there was Travis Kelsey highlights during the game, and I'm not even kidding.
I
Hold
believe
on.
it. I believe
Hold
it.
on.
I
It
believe
is
100%.
He did have was that like a 30-yard.
It was
pass
a 40.
play?
It was a 45-yard pass
40,
that got
okay.
nullified by a
Yeah.
penalty.
So they showed him once,
by
and
our
then they
left
showed
tackle.
Taylor twice
Yep.
By our left
on that
tackle.
one play.
I believe he looked to possibly lateral across the field on that play. as
He
well.
did.
He
He did the fake
did,
throw.
yeah.
He
Yep,
did the fake throw.
He did.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes has the most interceptions nullified by penalties. By the way, I don't know if you guys know
that.
that.
That
It's insane.
sounds
Well, no, no.
correct.
It's
That
insane.
sounds
Because
absolutely correct.
he knows when they jump, it's like
He
I'm
does.
throwing this. I don't care.
Yep.
I'm throwing it deep, and if
Yep.
it gets picked, it gets picked.
Yep, exactly.
Although I think he did definitely get bailed out last week on one of those. That was a bailout, right? I think the player, that was pass interference or something happened out in the field. I forget,
was.
but that was a nice bailout.
I also blame Matt Nagy. I am not a fan of Nagy. I'm just telling you right now. I mean, obviously, I know Andy Reid's calling plays, but you can see on the sideline that Nagy has a hand in there. And you saw what he did in Chicago. It wasn't good. And so I have a problem with our offensive coordinator. I really do.
So, okay. So you think we?
If we're talking about Travis Kelsey not being involved in the game script and being there. The only time he really scores is when Patrick Mahomes goes off when he runs outside the
So you
pocket.
think Nagy is not putting Travis as a focus in the offense?
I would say so.
Okay.
It does look like stats
Okay.
say that that's what's going on.
So it's not. You don't think that defenses are paying more attention to Kelsey? That's why Rice is getting like one-on-one coverage. And is
Are we getting a little
Oh.
older as well?
Oh,
Are we
he-
getting-
yeah.
are we
yes.
possibly getting a little
you
older.
could, yeah. If you want to play that card, I would say yeah.
I would say this
I
though,
would
right?
say,
So our other receivers are more dangerous this year than they were last year, right? So it would have made more sense that they leaned on Travis Kelsey a little bit more last year.
Yeah.
And I would think the defense this year, they don't get to focus on Travis Kelsey as much. So I would have thought that he would be playing better right now for that simple fact that the other receivers are now commanding more respect than they did last year, which should have took some of the pressure off of Kelsey.
And
But
talk-
Hasn't played out.
it's not a
Yeah. And talking
Played
about
out that way.
receivers, man. What about that Hollywood Brown, man? That was a tough.
big
Dude.
regular season.
Dude, that
I was looking back at
man.
the podcast a couple weeks ago, and we were saying, give him a break week 1,
right.
but week 2 or week 3 he'll be back.
You know what?
Yeah, I was thinking like a few weeks too. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, it's
It's
like
regular
he's out for the
season.
season,
Nope.
or the regular. He's out for the regular,
season, right? Yeah, but I mean, is he really going to do that much? If we get into the postseason, is he really going to be that effective, or is he going to be just a guy just willy nilly on the
We
outside?
talked a lot about.
He's going to be a
Juju.
willy nilly guy.
We talked a lot about Juju a couple weeks ago. He's added nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's that receiver that's at the end of his career, not
So
doing too much.
So the Chiefs are with, and there's a handful of teams. I think there's Chiefs, Cowboys, and maybe Minnesota. A handful of teams. It's less than a handful of teams that are shopping wide receivers right now because we need wide receiver help because we don't have that
Is
other third
there-
option coming in
Is
with
there
Marquise Brown.
any wide receiver out on the market that's like kind of like a Kareem Hunt that's out there hanging out?
Martavis,
Oh, here we go.
Martavis Bryant.
Willie Witches is making his way to the big table.
Willie
Hey,
Wishes.
Willie
We
Wishes.
should have more viewers right now.
What's up, what's up, what's
We should
up?
have more viewers right now.
Is that a 0?
Zero.
It might be an 8.
Could be an
Yes.
It
Let's
might
go
be
with an
an
8. Let's go with that.
viewers
Let's
and
go
Oh,
with
wait a
that.
minute. One
One thumbs up.
viewer, but there's 8 people watching the same view, right? Is that what's going on?
What?
Maybe.
I
So
have
is that
no
the 8
idea.
people?
I know I didn't start the clock when we came back live again from our debacle and how we started.
That's all right.
Yeah, pretty bad.
Do you want to put some headphones on there, Willie Wishes? Is this your first time, bro?
Oh, there we go. There
We got a rookie over here. Willie Wishes never been on the show before.
At least not this portion of it.
All right. So here we go.
Should we just go straight to Willie Wishes?
No. We got okay. Yeah.
I mean, you can. I mean, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
let's go ahead and get
I mean,
Willie Wishes.
Let's roll this back.
What you got? What you
Okay,
got?
okay,
Willie?
okay,
Unpeel
okay,
this
okay,
onion.
yeah. Okay, let's stick on this Travis Kelce
look,
thing.
Willie, you
just,
got two
just a little bit
viewers.
longer.
Yeah, let's talk about Travis Kelce and Kareem Hunt. You know,
Okay.
so here's my take
Yeah.
on the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Travis Kelce is okay. Don't
Okay.
worry about him.
Okay.
He's been here. This is his playground. So basically, he's fine.
Oh, I want to see
Ooh.
playoff Trav every single game, baby.
True. But you know what? I like to.
Well,
I
he's
like
too
to-
old for that.
I like
You
the
can't
highlights.
do.
I
Yeah.
know.
I love Taylor Swift.
So do I. Yeah.
So more
That's
highlights
right.
is good with me. But when it comes to Kareem Hunt, here's the thing: is with the Chiefs, Kareem hasn't even rushed.
P. Ryan.
P. Ryan hasn't even rushed yet with the Chiefs.
I saw that stat. That was stupid.
It's a 0.
That's dumb.
How many catches does he have?
I think
He got
like
3.
3.
3.
But and here's Carson Steele has 9 rushes.
Carson Steele.
He
Carson
runs
Steele
tough,
over
man.
under for rushing
runs
yards for
tough.
on Sunday night is 45.
Is
I think
that-
42 and a half. I'm sorry.
Carson
that's
Steele?
a good
Carson
number.
Steele?
That is a good
it
number.
is.
That's why they're professionals.
Yes, exactly.
I like 42 and a half.
But-
Just by FYI.
But to get back to Joe's point, when it comes to Carson Steele, mainly it's the blocking, it's the pass protection.
Right.
If he can't really do that really well, it doesn't matter how good you.
We
run.
don't know that, but they
Well,
know that right
Yeah.
now.
Well,
Yes.
especially with our left tackle situation.
Exactly. You
Now, if
got-
we had a shut down left tackle, okay, maybe we don't have to worry about that so much.
I think you're going to
But-
see a lot of screens. You're going to see a lot of Xavier Worthy trickled in. You're going to see a lot
Yep.
of slants. Obviously, Rice is going to work the middle of the field.
a lot of jet sweeps.
A lot of yes, yeah, exactly. I think Xavier's rush yards is like 14 and a half or something like that. Yeah, I'll take that all day long for sure. With no running back, hell yeah. He got how many yards? He got 30-something yards the first game with Pacheco in there.
You sounds like you're putting together a little lay over there.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Hey. Well, let's go ahead and jump into that. Like we got Risky Ray and Willie Wishes up here. Let's hear your guys' 3 best bets of this week.
Go ahead, Willie.
Well, the first one, and it's guaranteed to win.
Oh, the
Ooh,
guarantee.
the guarantee.
This
The
is a
guarantee.
guarantee,
You know.
man. And this
Don't
is-
get that little emoji up there.
This is even against the spread. Even you can bet this the spread, the money line, however you want to bet this.
All right.
But
Let's
Denver
hear it.
Broncos are going to get their ass kicked by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's,
Okay.
this is-
Okay. All right.
The six
So
and a half-
what's the spread on that?
it's
I
six
like
and a
that.
half. It's 6.5.
Wow.
But
That's a
they're
lot.
gonna win by at least 10.
Oh, 6. I don't think 6. The Broncos are awful, dude.
Terrible.
6.5.
Games
Bo
in
Nix,
Tampa.
Bo Nix has yet
Games
to
in
throw a
Tampa.
touchdown.
Terrible.
Actually, all rookie quarterbacks have yet to throw a touchdown.
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh, Freedom Rock. Yeah.
We're back on.
He's
Test,
drunk. He's drunk.
test, test.
Freedom Rock's
Give that
drunk.
guy
No, he's
another
not.
shot.
I was like-
Yeah, he's
I was like, is Cooch over there?
I know, right? Yeah.
Spilling shit.
For those of live
Spilling the
viewers don't
mics.
know, Cooch, he's our brother, and he spills everything
Oh,
all
wait a
the
second.
time.
David is doing that today.
Don't you put that evil on me.
Wait a second. Anissa did it during
The draft.
Oh.
David was
Right as it was
there.
about to start.
I mean,
yeah, right as
anyone
it was
really
about to
named
start.
Ramirez? Like, man, so
Watch
Al
yourselves.
Ramirez, Andy Ramirez, all the motherfuckers, dude. They spill the rest of that
I
crap.
usually do not spill my drinks.
I don't spill.
I spill them in my mouth.
No drink spilled over here.
I say that and watch. Karma's gonna come back real quick on me.
All right, what's bet number 2 there?
Go ahead,
Willie?
Willie.
So I mean, once I get to the second bet, we're gonna let Raymond catch up. after
Okay,
this
okay,
one.
I'm
cool,
good with
cool,
that.
cool.
I'm good with
But
that.
here's the second bet that's gonna happen. Is take the under on the Carolina game, and it doesn't matter who they're playing because Carolina's only going to score about 10 points.
Who is
No,
Carolina
I
playing
think they
this week?
scored 9 points.
No.
Andy Dalton this week.
Yeah, Andy
Oh,
Dalton. Andy
oh,
Dalton.
Andy Dalton this
baby.
week.
What, you
better
Red
claw
Rocket.
that bet back,
Red
Willie.
Rocket.
Claw that
The Red Rifle's out
bet back.
there.
Big red
Yeah,
machine.
Red Rifle.
Red
Red
Rifle.
Rifle. The Red Rifle. That's
Uh,
his name.
He is like as old as Tom Brady.
How old is that dude?
He
That dude
could
is
be.
old as fuck.
Aaron
dude.
Rodgers
That
is
dude
older.
old.
30.
Aaron Rodgers is older.
Aaron Rodgers is
Oh,
older for
man.
sure.
And I got an Aaron Rodgers later. We'll talk about Aaron Rodgers, but So under on the Carolina game.
Yeah, I think they play the Raiders.
No. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Because I have Brock
Man, the
Bowers.
Raiders are going to go 3-0.
No, they're going to be
No,
2-1.
2-1.
2-1.
Oh, they lost their first game. They did.
Chargers.
They did. Yep.
But I tell you what, Carolina, they're terrible.
Yeah,
I
it's pretty
mean,
bad.
It's
It's
bad.
really bad. It's
All
tough
right,
to watch.
Risky Ray, what do you got for your first bet?
Okay. My first bet, Samaje Perine, 25 plus receiving yards.
Okay, that's pretty.
How many receptions does he need to get that done?
Doesn't matter. Probably 2. Probably
Yeah.
2.
Is okay.
Probably 2. That's
And
my
then,
first one. Lock it.
Lock. That's a lock.
That's a lock,
That's a
baby.
Risky
That's
Ray
a lock.
lock.
That's a Risky Ray lock. He hasn't rushed all season, all year, all whatever he's been with the Chiefs.
This is our
2
first game
years.
with Pacheco being hurt. Just so you know,
Again, 0 rushes.
right? With Pacheco,
0
Healthy.
rushes.
0 rushes with Pacheco.
He's
I-
a third down
hey,
specialist.
I bet that he gets 1 rush this next week.
I bet he does. I bet you're right about that.
Yeah, go get one.
He will get
He
that.
probably will. He probably
What's
will.
the over under on Samaje Perine
You got to look that up.
rushing attempts?
Had the stat guy look it up.
Well, you tell me.
I don't-
Set the line.
Oh, for
4.
for rushes,
do you-
it's actually.
rushes?
I think it's
6.
25.
You think it's 6 Willie
25?
rushes?
I think
I
it's
think-
25.
I think it's 6 attempts.
Wow.
I would say more of
Oh,
Willie
attempts
Witch's-
or yards?
I'm saying attempts.
Oh, attempts. Yeah, you got to give him at least 6.
What about for
over
steal?
on 6?
I'm
What
going to say
about
5.
Steele?
I'm going to say 5, and I'm going to give
Steele's
Steele.
getting 10 plus.
Let's see. You're talking anywhere
hope
from
so.
you're talking anywhere from 15 to 25. I think it's an even split.
So 10 and 10.
Maybe 64. Maybe 60-40 for Steele.
Probably depends on the
Does this-
game.
does
And the
this
game
script-
and the
and
game script. Yeah,
Does this
we're
Ingram
passing
guy
more-
get in there?
because
Does
if
he
we're
get a
down,
couple?
Samaji's getting in there.
I did tell Raymond that the receivers will have more rushing yards than the running backs by halftime.
He did.
Oh,
He
man.
did.
For the Chiefs.
For the
He
Chiefs.
Well, it's gonna be
did.
worthy, right? He's gonna have
That's
like
why-
a
it's going to be worthy.
30
It's gonna be
yard
Worthy,
in around or
Rice,
something.
McCarr,
So
Holden,
to my
it
next
doesn't
bet.
matter.
So to my next
Thank
bet,
you. Thank you.
Xavier Worthy over on rush yards,
Which was 14.
which is 14 and a half
over.
Take that all day.
Rushing.
Take that all day.
all day.
All right,
All day.
all right, Willie, your last bet.
So my last bet is going to be with my boy CJ.
CJ
CJ's going to have another 2 touchdown day
That's my bet.
again.
I
Through the
told
air?
you. That's
Hey,
my
CJ
bet.
Shenton?
CJ Stroud is
That's
the man.
my bet.
He wishes that was his bet. He wishes that
I
CJ
don't want to told you
Hey,
that week
does
1.
CJ want to be on your team? No, he's on my team.
He
We
is
got
on your
some
team.
a brotherly love right here, brotherly love.
Hey, so
Man,
you know,
I
here-
told him that bet.
So here's the thing: is so I was
All day.
divided to this
gave it to him.
fantasy football league a couple years ago because they knew I dominated so much, and
Ooh.
now that I'm in year 3, I'm in year 3, and the problem is that this is a keeper league, so it's a dynasty league.
Okay, yeah.
So my 3 keepers right now, it's just so sick. It's just I can't believe.
Go
it's-
ahead, name those 3 keepers.
My 3 keepers: C.J. Stroud, Rashid Rice, and Zay Flowers.
Who gave you Zay Flowers?
Risky
Wow.
Ray did.
Mm.
He said,
That's
brother,
right.
I'm going to give you a title. So I was like, cool, just give me that.
He gave me some draft picks.
Willie,
It's all
Willie
good.
and I are playing right now. Why don't you
I got
ask him
draft
about
picks.
that?
Hold on. So Freedom Rock and Willie Witches, you're playing in the Ramirez's league.
We're playing in the Ramirez League right now. Yes.
I got 5 people on IR. One person,
Oh.
one person even died.
Needless to say,
For a minute.
he died. He was
I mean,
dead.
they had
He
to
was
pump-
dead.
They were pumping his
He
heart. and
was
stuff.
dead.
Was that Ramondre
man.
Stevenson last night?
No,
Was it-
he might as well die.
Yeah.
Man, that dude lost me
You know
50
what?
bucks.
He was just taking a
He did
break.
that.
He was just like, you know what? I'm just taking a break this week. You put too much pressure on me.
All right. What we got for your last one, Risky Ray?
He took it. CJ Stroud.
Come on.
I'm just playing. What's up?
Kelsey, how many yards is Kelsey going to hit?
Kelsey's going to have 10 yards.
Oh, Kelsey.
That's
Kelsey-
less than 25.
40.
I'll take the over.
I'll take the over. I
Um,
say he's going to have 40. least
Actually,
40.
okay. So I kind of have 2. more.
Okay, you can do
I'll give
2.
you-
You got one more, Willie?
I got
one
one.
more for you.
Okay, okay.
So it's in the same
I
game.
said 3, but we can do 4.
I
We can do
know.
4.
Put me down for the opposite of all of these picks. I want to see where.
He wants the
let me-
opposite. Okay.
Freedom
want
Rock,
the
I will tell
opposite.
you their picks do not usually pan out.
I want
Mine
all
usually
the
do.
opposites. I want all the opposites.
It's very
100
rarely do
units,
I go
100
3 for
units.
3, but I usually go 1 for 3, 2 for 3. That's not bad.
I'm not going to lie.
1 for 3 is
This
tough to
year
make a
has
living
been
on.
Pretty tough.
That's
But
true.
I've won some money.
I'm-
Leaving this place, Joe. I will leave again and win another $12,000.
Well, not on sports.
Yeah, not on sports. Yeah,
Not
not on sports.
All right, come on.
Okay,
Iris, what we got? What we got?
so my next one, it's kind of you're doing more with less, and it's on the opposing team, and it's just what I see from the defense, from the Chiefs defense. We got a couple holes, and Bijan Robinson is he's gonna tear, but that's not the guy I'm watching.
I know who the guy is.
The guy is Tyler Algier, and
Oh.
his over under for rushing yards is 25 yards.
Mm.
He's averaging over 34 yards per game.
So over 25.
Over 25 for
over
Tyler Algier.
25?
Yep.
Put me down for the opposite of that.
I thought you were going with the Kyle Pitts, man. Whatever Kyle Pitts, go over on everything on Kyle Pitts.
So if you
receptions, yards, touchdowns, over.
So this
Over.
is doing more with less. You take Samaje P. Ryan, 25 plus receiving yards, 25 Tyler Algier, 25 plus rushing yards. That pays plus 395. That's almost 4 to
What?
1, gentlemen.
For those two?
Just for those two, that's almost 4 to 1.
I like that.
That's
That is a
doing
good bet.
more with
That's a good bet.
less. DK, you can find that at DK, DraftKings.com, everybody's favorite place to bet.
Nice.
You like that? You like that?
Well, so what's your
All
last
right.
bet there, Risky Ray? What's your last bet?
My last bet is CeeDee Lamb over 84.5 yards against the Baltimore Ravens, who don't have a cornerback. Who don't have a
Their
they don't have
defense
they
is
don't
not
have a cornerback. Who's name me a cornerback on the Baltimore Ravens?
Deion Sanders.
So we need to talk
I'll
about
wait.
that game a little bit more, but we'll get into that
Jimmy.
later because that's an interesting game.
I wanted to save it, but we got to this point.
So
but here we are.
Willie, what's your last bet?
What's your last bet, Willie?
So my
Willie,
last
just-
bet is going on 2 undefeated teams that really just suck. And that's
Okay.
the Chargers versus the Steelers. I mean,
You got your
Yeah.
team
Well,
Chargers,
oh, man,
right?
I wouldn't
No,
touch.
I'm
I wouldn't
actually-
touch that.
I'm not actually taking neither of the teams. I'm actually taking the under on
Yep.
that game because that game is going to be
What's the over under? 39 and a half.
10-3.
What's the over under? 39 and a half.
It could-
34 and a half.
And you know what? I will take that under at 34.
Hey, put me down for the
Because-
opposite of that.
You know what? That would be a good game to bet the
Nice.
opposite, but I'm just telling you, those teams just really suck.
Freedom Rocks will get rich on the opposites.
Yeah. Go ahead, place those bets. I want to see you, Freedom Rock.
I want 'em.
I want to see you, Freedom Rock. I
I
want
want
to
'em.
see you do
I
that.
want 'em.
I want to see you do that.
Every single one of them.
Want to see you do that. Okay, so I guess since we're talking in the same vein of betting, I guess I got a little surprise for you guys.
Okay.
So we're going to head and start this. So many of you know, some of you know, that I made a prediction at the beginning of the year. I know it's only been 2 weeks, but it's 2 weeks. So I would like to tell you where I stand on these 3 bets. Hoopman, can you tell me what those 3 bets were? At the beginning of the season?
So, let me look at my notes.
Uh-huh.
Calvin Ridley over 800 and something
Yeah,
yards.
Calvin Ridley was one.
That one's looking pretty nice right now, but
Don't
All right.
don't hold up.
Sorry.
This is the wrong note sheet.
but at
So
least
do you want
we
me
have
just
sound.
skip to it real quick?
Yes,
I'll
yes.
just
Okay, but I know like you had some lectures. So what were they?
I'll just skip
Ridley
to it
over
real quick.
800?
So Calvin Ridley, his receiving yards for the season was set at 850 and a half
Right.
for the season.
Right.
That's a
Right.
good bet.
Right. That's a good bet. Right. Through 2 weeks, you just take his average through 2 weeks. Calvin Ridley's on pace for almost 1,100 yards.
Mm.
So
There we
and you did
All
the
you need
over?
is that
Yeah.
average. I took the over. Yep, of course.
But Will Levis sucks.
Number 2.
They
Number
said-
2. Again.
And
again.
Christian Brown is dating his old girl.
Mm.
Okay.
The draft day.
I
the
bet,
draft
I
day
bet
lady.
he's got a new girl.
Yeah.
I bet he's got a new girl.
Hey,
We
Will
just turned
Levis-
into Ad Astra's entertainment tonight.
Hey.
Will
Okay.
Levis, Will Levis could
Okay.
buy 3 girls.
Easy Deshaun.
Easy.
No,
I was gonna
no.
say P Diddy, but that was good enough. That was good enough. P Diddy is just as good.
Like
Yeah,
I said,
that's good enough.
They got some
you guys
nice
didn't
baby
hear
oil
this
there.
earlier, but we do have 1,000 bottles of baby oil over here.
Oh, the good
man.
kind. The good kind.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Next one. Josh Allen over on passing yards, 3,800.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, that
was a tough one. If
if he stays healthy, he will get there.
I did say over. I did say over on this one. That's fine.
It's gonna be very close.
On pace for.
Okay.
He's taking a lot of hits this year, man. I don't know how long.
You take his
Him
average.
and Lamar Jackson too, man. They are fucking acting like they're running back.
You take his average, which is below 200 yards per game. He is on pace for 3,153 yards, which is about 600 something yards below 3,800. So not looking so good. So 1 for 1 right now.
Gonna be tough in Buffalo in November.
The last one is I got the right sheet now.
Oh, you got it. Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it?
Bijan Robinson over 1025.
Bijan Robinson over 1025. So if you take the average, of the past 2 games and apply it to the games and then add that, he is on pace for over 1,400 yards. And for Bijan Robinson owners, 2 people at this table, it's a good thing.
Yes.
It's
So
a good thing.
those
so Risky Ray 2 for 3 so far on week 2.
Bijan's about to put it in Willie this weekend. Bijan's about to put it in Willie.
Now, the same day the bets that Willie had was Royals to the World Series, which is still alive. But it's teetering. It's teetering. Chiefs to repeat. So that's way off.
Still teetering.
And Mahomes MVP and Super Bowl MVP.
Ooh. Damn.
Yeah,
that's
through 2 weeks.
Through
2 weeks.
Now,
Through 2 weeks. Who's the NFL MVP through 2 weeks?
Yeah,
is it Derek Carr?
Yeah.
Man.
It could be Alvin Kamara. It could be.
No, it's a dude that had 6 sacks. Who's the guy that had 6 sacks?
Oh, for Detroit?
Yes.
Hutchinson.
Yeah,
Hutchinson.
What about TJ Watt?
Nah, he's on the team. Look at his team. Look at his team.
Bosa.
Look at his team.
Yeah, but he's dominating.
Man, I was about to get going to get the original TI back on here, but hey,
well, okay, well, since you brought up the Saints real quick,
let's get TI back on here. Willie, we'll get you back on here a little bit later. You heard Willie Wish's picks?
Yeah.
You heard that? Freedom Rock says he's going to do the opposite
of all of them. Let's talk about it.
Remember these. Remember, I got mine written down. No problem.
No.
Thank you,
Joe's got them.
I got them somewhere. I got all these.
Put the money down. Put the money down for my bets too, will you?
So, talking about MVPs, who is your MVP of the Chiefs right now?
Pat Mahomes.
No.
Rashid Rice.
I mean, obviously,
he's still the MVP.
Rashid Rice.
He's still the MVP.
It's Rashid Rice. So let's look at the defense. Chris Jones, who got his half sack taken away, but he's disrupting everything. Chris Jones is a fucking monster in there. Even though he's not getting a lot of stats right now, but even on top of that, what about McDuffie? He shut Chase down.
McDuffie is the real deal,
Chase
dude. McDuffie's
probably
Pro
one of the
Bowler.
best
That's a Pro Bowler.
Receivers in the league. He shut him down for like
pro.
1 catch, 5 yards or some shit.
Yeah.
McDuffie ain't no joke, bro.
Right.
Yeah, but
no joke.
But on the other side of the field, why does Cook keep getting cooked? What's up with Cook? He keeps on getting beat. What's going on?
Man,
Don't know. My MVP is Andy Reid.
Oh,
Big Andy.
I don't think they give MVPs to coaches, but good one, Tony. Good one.
Yeah, right.
I'll take the under.
I like where your head's at.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I mean, well, there's no one that no one's really played up to. I'll be honest, the standard that I had for them at the beginning of the season. I'm gonna be honest.
On the offense, Rice has, but obviously Kelsey is a slow start.
Yeah, fair.
Mahomes, Mahomes is great. No matter what, he does what it takes. His numbers just ain't there yet.
I love Mahomes.
Fantasy football, he's not great, but he finds a way to win.
I love Mahomes, but I can be mad at him because he's my quarterback.
Pacheco was doing exactly what we needed him to do before he got hurt.
He was.
Sure.
I am interested to see
Pacheco was on my do not draft list.
I saw that coming because he runs so hard.
Same reason. I can't. I
so
questioned myself.
hard,
I was
man.
like, why did I draft him in the second round? I knew, and I usually avoid running backs
He's on my
for that reason. I won't even
list.
draft a running back in the first 2 rounds.
You're smoking crack.
And I knew with Pacheco, like, dude, he is the most
Raymond,
injury-prone person the way he runs.
Don't worry about it.
Calvin Ridley.
Bowder, I know.
Calvin
I'm playing
Ridley,
Calvin
man.
Ridley this
I
week.
love Calvin Ridley,
I'm
but he's
playing
not going to
Calvin.
be
Don't
healthy
worry, he's
enough
on
through the
pace
season
for
to hit
50.
it.
He's on pace for 1,100 yards,
Yeah,
guys.
He can have one speed bump this weekend.
No, we better not.
You're playing.
Learn hard lesson.
Playing each other, huh?
No,
I'm playing Willie Wishes.
Hey, real
playing
quick. So you guys mentioned a game that I really wanted to talk about.
New
too.
Orleans Saints.
Well, that's a good one
No,
coming
no,
up. That's
the-
a damn good game coming
Let's
up.
go back to the Ravens.
The Ravens and the Cowboys.
Cool.
This is I feel like it's a make or break game for both teams, right?
It is.
For the Cowboys to
is.
go into week 4 at 1-2 is unacceptable for them, right?
Mm,
For the Ravens are looking for their first win.
yes.
They might be
So-
0-3.
It could be
They might be
0-3.
0-3.
Could be.
So what do you have
But
to
wait,
say?
so-
Isaiah
about
wait,
that?
likely says they played their worst game against the Chiefs.
But then lost to the Raiders. So gave it away at home.
Yeah, which the Eliminator, were you doing the Eliminator,
No.
David?
I didn't hear.
Our Eliminator League
No, I picked the Ravens.
was over in week
Oh,
2.
no.
Oh, who won?
Over
Who
week
won?
2.
Gabe.
Gabe
No.
won. He picked the Raiders.
Hey, so are we gonna do it? Are we gonna throw another one together?
I
mean, we can go from
probably-
week 4 on. I mean, we obviously it's too late to do week 3.
I mean,
Probably,
I'll do another one for shits and gigs.
I mean,
But
anyway,
anyway,
from week 4 on, it's 18
but,
weeks.
But okay, so to go back to what you were talking about, I didn't hear a question. But Tony, is the question that who has more pressure on winning the game? Is it on the Ravens or the Cowboys? Is that what I heard?
I'm gonna say it's the Cowboys personally over here.
Personally,
Cowboys.
No.
I believe
Dude.
it. I believe it's on the Ravens.
I
But go
believe
ahead.
it's on
Go
the
ahead. Go ahead, Joe.
Ravens.
Go ahead.
I said the Ravens because they're going to be 0-3.
0-3.
I'm gonna say the
Even
Cowboys because they got
1 and
Jerry
2,
Jones.
Teams that start out
that's-
0-3 are not statistically are not that great on making the Super Bowl at the end of the year. So that's what the
Super
Ravens.
Bowl never.
So
0-2.
th- so-
I think it's only happened like maybe a couple times.
I think we did it.
bury
I
their
think the Chiefs- I
asses.
think the
Let's
Chiefs
get
did it.
home field.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll root for the Cowgirls on that one.
Yep.
For sure, all day long.
Yeah,
And
because they're
obviously-
in
and
the
obviously-
NFC. We don't have to worry about them.
Look, if the Baltimore Ravens figure out our offensive coordinator, if they figure out what to do with Derrick Henry, they'll be fine because they still have Lamar
Probably
Jackson.
don't sign him would have
Yes.
been the right answer.
Derrick Henry he's washed up. He's done. He's done.
He's scored 2 touchdowns in their first 2 games, and he's
What's
put
he
up
do?
some numbers. I
No,
understand.
what's his
I
numbers?
understand.
What's his
I
numbers?
understand 0-2. I said 0-2, but he's still scoring touchdowns, and it's not over 100 yards, but he's putting up 80, 90 plus yards per game. I think if the
With
first
with
game was like
25
50 something.
rushes, I mean,
With 25. Again, that's what I said. The Baltimore Ravens need to figure out what they need to do with Derrick Henry. What's that identity look like? And they don't have a defense right now.
Their defense has been surprisingly leaky in both games.
On the outside. On the outside, yes. Interior, I think they've been okay. They've been sustained middle of the pack.
I mean, they
but,
let Gardner Minshew.
but
come
but
down
look
and beat
but
them
look
the
at the
end of
Dallas
game.
Cowboys
at
defense.
home.
They got pushed around against the Saints last week. They got smoked. What was it 44-19
Derek
or
Carr.
44-17?
And did you
Not
like- did you
Derek
like the-
Carr.
Did you like
not
his,
Derek
no,
Carr.
no,
It's
did
the
you like his
offensive
dance?
coordinator.
Did you like
got,
his dance?
He got fined for
Yeah,
that.
he did.
He got fined
He
for that
grabbed his
shit.
junk.
He did the Michael
I
Jackson.
know, that
He
was
did the Michael
fucking
Jackson.
ridiculous. How you gonna get fined for that shit?
He
But-
grabbed his junk. Of course, he has to get fined.
Okay, so
I didn't see that coming from Carr.
So Derek Carr, yes, I'm okay with Derek
Mhm.
Carr. Derek Carr is awesome,
Well, I got him.
but it's not Derek Carr.
And,
That's why. That's why.
And
First draft
Kamara-
pick ever for the
Dude,
Houston Texans.
Dude, Kamara, I thought he was washed up. He
Okay.
fucking is on
Oh,
fire.
Okay,
this
so
year,
so
dude.
Alvin
He's on
Alvin
fire.
I
Kamara.
got him.
He wasn't washed up last year.
Alvin, he wasn't washed
you
up last
talking
year.
about?
I know he was on my draft list.
He has some
Alvin
injuries.
Kamara,
He's been dealing with some injuries.
a little bit, but Alvin Kamara has become ageless this year, and it's
Yeah.
only he's become ageless, and it is all due to the offensive coordinator Clint Kubiak.
A little HGH.
And he's in the Shanahan tree, and if you notice, their offense looks very similar to the 49ers. And guess who runs the ball very similar to Christian McCaffrey?
Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Kamara. Yes, Alvin Kamara.
Is it Kamara or Kamara?
I think it's Kamara.
Kamara.
I think it's Kamara.
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 Yeah, thank you. Thank you for that clear up.
Hey, you guys
Right.
had mentioned earlier that we got 2 undefeated teams playing in the AFC: the Steelers and the Chargers.
Yes.
I'm gonna take the Steelers on that one. Justin Herbert, he's dealing with an ankle injury.
Oh, he is hurt.
He is. So
Questionable.
I wasn't impressed with the Chargers in their first 2 games, to be quite honest.
Nope.
They're,
but are you impressed with the Steelers?
no, I'm
Both
really
defenses
not.
are very good.
but-
Both
You know what?
defenses
Somebody
are
told me
very
to take the under in that game.
But if you look at the Chargers, right? The Chargers,
Put me down for the
I'm
opposite.
telling you, the Chargers in the last 2 games, they absolutely sucked in their first game, if I remember right. And then their offense sucked for. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking about our upcoming game against the Falcons.
Oh,
I'm talking about the Falcons.
good
Upcoming
intel.
game
Tony.
against
Good
the Falcons.
intel. Tony Hanna.
Good intel. Yes.
Let's mix it up.
So no, it's the Falcons' offense that has sucked, is what I meant to say. I got my notes mixed up. So
Not in the last-
one drive.
Not in the last minute and 36 seconds.
That is
One
true.
drive
That is
against
true.
Philly.
very improbable comeback that was. So
How about that, Willie?
I know. Didn't even want him.
So back to this.
There you go. Inside joke. Inside joke.
Did
Go
you
ahead, Tony.
see?
Haven't dropped him now.
Did you see Aaron Rodgers look? Did you see Aaron Rodgers look at his coach last night? The stare down he gave him.
Yes.
I heard about
Oh,
that.
Yeah. He's not
You
a
didn't
hugger.
see it?
I didn't see it.
I
I seen
saw
an
it.
article and I never read it.
He's not a hugger.
The first report that I saw said was doing lip reading on Aaron Rodgers and said that he was saying it's too early. But then the second thing I saw later today said that he was saying, let's get a 2-score lead.
All I saw was that was it, what's his name? Whoever the Jets coach.
Salah.
Yeah.
Salah.
He wanted to give him a hug. And Aaron Rodgers was like, get the fuck away from me, bro.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like-
And
it's
he was
like,
like
hold on,
staring.
man.
I was like, no. He's like, fuck you, dude. Yeah.
Why did he want to hug him?
Well,
They
because
just
they were up,
scored,
because
they just scored, but it was
be-
7-0, which is what.
No, there was a lot of emotion on the field because it was Aaron Rodgers' first game back from his Achilles,
Okay.
and they wanted him to do good. Yada yada yada.
First drive
Willie-
right down the field.
Yeah, exactly. Willie called the game script. He called the storyline and killed it last night. I was rooting for New England. I was rooting for Willie's team, and the Jets just they showed me that they could be something. I don't know if they are, but they could be something.
Bro, the Patriots ain't shit.
What do you
I-
think? So
They could be something.
Garrett Wilson saved his fantasy owners towards the end of the game, right?
Yeah.
But aside from that, I feel like watching those two, I feel like they're really out of sync right now. Like I know it's only been 2 weeks, right? But I thought that from what I've seen in the preseason, that Garrett Wilson was just going to take off week 1, week 2, despite him scoring 15 fantasy points for owners. I feel like
that's
he
PPR
is,
league.
and I think he's going to continue. You're correct. I think he's going to continue to underperform. So I'm just kind of curious if anyone has an opinion on the Garrett Wilson situation with Rodgers.
Well, that's the familiarity between Aaron Rodgers and
off.
Alan Lazard that is creeping into Garrett Wilson's receptions because the offensive line for the New York Jets not that great.
Lost another starter last night.
Thank you, Freedom Rock. Exactly. So he's going to be moving outside of the pocket. So what better way when you move outside of the pocket? This is kind of like Patrick Mahomes with Travis Kelce, or Dak Prescott with CeeDee Lamb, or I can go on and on and on. But that familiarity he has with Alan Lazard, not with Garrett Wilson. So
The other part
that's
of
what
that,
you're seeing there.
Aaron Rodgers in
yep,
the
I
press
agree.
conference last night said that in the first 2 games, the other team's defense was obviously trying to take away
Garrett Wilson
from everybody.
Yeah, which is
and
which
the,
is
and the
smart.
running backs have gone off.
Mhm.
Brees Hall has had a great year, and the rookies had
That's
a
my
great
man.
Has
That's my
Brees
guy.
Hall really had a
I had
good,
Brees Hall touchdown last night.
Yes,
He's had some touchdowns, but his yardage ain't there, right?
he's going to
He-
lead me
he's-
to a 3-peat.
He's
That's
looked
all I know.
productive.
He will, as long as he stays healthy, which he's proven to stay
Yes.
healthy last year. Brees Hall should be fine.
And I kid you not, I would have took him in the draft over McCaffrey
Oh,
every day of the
You,
week.
you would
for-
have been the number 1 pick.
the
Well,
number
no,
one
the
pick?
number 1 pick, I would have went receiver like I did this. Like I
With
hate-
who?
With
Who-
who?
I would have went with CeeDee Lamb, which probably not the best. one
Nah,
to
you
go
would have been
with after
fine. You would be
this. I
fine.
don't
You'd be
know.
fine. CeeDee Lamb's fine.
But,
would've been
Some people
fine.
got CeeDee
Yeah,
Lamb
he
and
took me to the
with
promised
eighth
land
pick.
last year.
Some people got
And
CeeDee
two
Lamb
Some
with
people
the
got
eighth
CeeDee
pick.
Lamb in the 8th
Hey,
pick.
some people got Christian McCaffrey with the first pick.
Willie wishes. Willie wishes. He got it.
Okay,
And,
that's gonna get better.
and he has not played yet.
He has not.
Go ahead, Tony. I want to hear this.
Puka Nakua.
Oh,
His
that
drive,
one
his
hurt.
team was
That one
looking
hurt.
solid.
Joe's team is terrible.
Whose team?
Your team?
My
You-
team?
Yeah, you just told me your
Oh,
team.
in Tony's
Joe's
league?
101. Joe's 101. I think.
I am, but
Yeah.
my injuries.
He won't be for very long.
My injuries are AJ Brown, Cooper Kupp, T.
Yeah.
Higgins, Jordan Love.
Pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Fucking dude.
I had
like
Rashee Rice. I had
six
Rashee
people.
Rice, and I had Brees Hall, and I had to plug in. I had Brian Robinson Jr. Thank goodness.
Hey,
I was
you're
able to
doing good.
plug in. I was able to plug in for
Look,
Pacheco.
I
You're
can't
doing
even
good.
I
pick
got
anybody
Rashee.
up because I can't
got-
drop none of those guys.
Yeah, you
Rashid,
can. Yeah, you
whatever
can.
his name
Who?
is.
Who?
for,
Rashid Rice.
No, no.
Rashid Shaheed for New Orleans.
Rashid Shaheed, and I picked up Derek Carr, and he's
Derek
gonna
Carr.
go into my starting
MVP.
lineup.
MVP.
Who does the Saints play this week?
That's the game to talk about now next. I think Ray probably has something to maybe start us off with. The Eagles versus the
Oh, that's
Saints. Very excited. I'm very
It's gonna be
looking forward to that
50 to
game.
40.
AJ Brown is out though.
Take the over.
What is it?
It's
What
going to
is
be the Devontae Freeman show.
It is going to be.
I have him in 2 leagues.
Oh, you say-
Devontae
wait.
Freeman? You mean Devontae Smith?
Devontae Freeman.
Yes. Yes.
Devontae Freeman played for the Atlanta
Yes,
Falcons.
he was
years ago.
awesome.
He was on my
And-
team.
and-
Yeah, he
Go
was
Knowles.
awesome.
Go
I'm sure there
Knowles.
is a Deontay Freeman out there somewhere.
There is. Oh, there is. There for sure is. For sure is.
Raymond, are you taking the over in that New Orleans Philly game? Because I got to go opposite if you are.
I mean, you kind of already hinted towards it, and everything says that you probably should. However,
It's going to be a high number.
that number is really high, and it's at 49.5. I wouldn't be surprised if it jumps up to 50. Tyrann Mathieu is still on that defense.
Honey Badger.
Philly still has somewhat of a defense.
If you want another beer,
I don't understand their
there's one
defense.
in the
I don't
refrigerator in the
understand.
garage.
How
I'm with
can their
you.
defense not
There's
perform?
in the garage.
They've got 6 first-round draft picks
I'm
on that
with you.
defense, all Georgia Bulldogs.
Do you need a beer?
I'm with you.
It was unfair how they were able to assemble that
Original
defense.
TI, do you need
and
a beer?
then-
No, I'm good.
Now
But I
it's
said if they
terrible?
want to take one of my beers, there's a couple more down here. In the
There's-
fridge. This is my last one.
There's a little bit of schedule strength that's involved with that.
the
There's
Falcons.
they fucked that up. Okay, it was a coaching. It was coaching play that should have done. They should have ran that ball. That was all coaching. They should have went for the field goal at 4th and 3 in the first quarter, take the chip shot, and they wouldn't even have to. They wouldn't be messing with that, and I would have won my fantasy. But all of that. So it's bad coaching on the Philadelphia Eagles all the way around on both sides of the ball. That's exactly what it is, offensively and defensively. Mostly defensively right now, but there's a little bit of offensive because when you are trying to close a game out and you have Saquon Barkley in the backfield that is averaging over 8 yards per carry in the same game against the team that you're trying to beat, and there's 2 minutes and some seconds
Well,
left,
hold
what
on.
should you do?
Hold
You
on,
should
hold-
probably run the ball.
Well, hold on.
I can't read.
They
that.
did you not, did-
This is bad
no,
coaching.
no, did you not like that play? It was a perfect pass right in his hands. He just dropped it.
Oh, I understand if they, yes, if
You
he,
did-
I understand if he
that was-
catches that ball, game's over. But the game should have been over in the first quarter. They should have taken.
Well.
I understand analytics, and you're like analytics. You're like, oh, it's 4th and 3, and you're within the 10-yard line. You should probably go for it so you can get 7 points. Yada yada yada. Wrong. Take your 3
Wrong.
points. Wrong. It's just 3. It's 3 points. You got 3. You're tie the game. You're down 3-0. You're down 3-0. I understand. Maybe if it's 0-0, then maybe you could go for it. And maybe if it's the second quarter right before the half, then yeah, sure, go for it. But not in the first quarter when you're down by 3.
What about Andy
the
Reid,
3-point
4th and 1, kicking the field goal?
Okay, so earlier he
I like
went
it.
for it.
You do like it.
No,
4th
so
and
earlier
1?
in that
Right.
drive, he'd went for it.
Did not
I
like
do
that
not like
at
it
all.
either.
He'd went for it earlier, and then did you hear what he said about it?
No.
No.
So
Missed
he
it.
had said, okay, we were down there. We had 3 chances. We didn't move anywhere. So I just wanted to get some points.
Exactly.
He's
And
like,
that's
we had
smart.
3 chances to get 1 yard.
That's
We
smart.
didn't get it.
And yeah,
Out of the fuck it. Let's get some points.
exactly. Thank you.
Here's
Thank
what
you.
I didn't like about that. It
Great
sent a
coach.
message that we can't get a fucking yard. In that moment, that's what it told me. It's like, I don't have confidence that we can go out and get a fucking yard. And we got Carson still. We got, Pacheco, I think was.
Well, at the time, Pacheco was there. Yeah.
Well, he was there. So, man, you give either one of them the damn ball, I think we would have got that first down. That's just my take. But, who am I? I'm not Andy Reid. So,
You're definitely not Andy Reid.
no, I'm not.
You're not Andy Reid, and Andy Reid did the right thing. He did the exactly right thing. You get some fucking
So
points.
Freedom Rock, you think he did not do the right
no,
thing?
I do not. No.
What would you do?
I mean,
Freedom
you have to
Rock?
go for it right there. It's 4th and 1, not 4th and 3.
Where were they at?
And it's against the Bengals.
Inside the red zone.
They were like inside the 5, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it was close. They're close.
Inside the 5.
and we still could have got a first down.
So had they gone for that 4th and 1 and did not get it, we would have lost the game.
Well, I don't know if we
would've
would have lost the
lost
game,
the
but you know what? It would have been a damn shame. But I feel like you got to give your guys
Okay.
the respect and
All right.
confidence that I think
So,
you can go out and
let's-
get the yard. You don't
Let's
get
go-
it, you don't get
Let's
it.
go to a
but
different scenario. So at the end of the game, And do you think like Andy Reid, like he like tightens up? Because at the end of the game, he just like did a couple of runs, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, he was content with Harrison Buckner kicking a 50-yard field goal to win the game.
Right.
Yes. Exactly. When you have that in your arsenal, when you have that in your bag,
Yeah, but
you don't even need it.
You don't
if
even-
get
yeah, exactly.
convert
You
on
don't
4th and
but
1.
you
and
don't
get
need
a
to quit.
touchdown.
to throw down the
we
field.
got to that spot and he quit for like 2 plays. I'm like, you don't. How
Fair.
about a 35-yard field goal?
Fair.
You
fair,
want to?
very
I get
fair.
it.
Very fair.
I get we have Harrison. And
Very
Harrison's
fair.
fucking
So hold on.
amazing.
Very
So Patrick
fair.
Mahomes, right? How many interceptions did he throw?
Nagy was calling plays at that
How
time.
many interceptions did he throw this
Two.
past game? Two. And it could have been 3, right?
Could have been
So,
4.
Yeah. So maybe
He
that's
leads
what
the league.
I think in this game, Andy Reid was like, you know what? Fuck it. I don't want nothing stupid to happen. I don't want Patrick to try too hard and get a turnover, whatever it is, right? I think because of those earlier turnovers and the one that got called back, Andy Reid was like, man, we're just going to kick this damn field goal. We're not going to try it. Because I thought, too, it was like, man, we have time to get an extra 10 yards, maybe, whatever, right?
Yeah, a little bit closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm with you on that, but I just think that it got into his
So-
head, man.
So how, man, I tell you, in this house, we got fucking hyped the fuck up when they said that Buckner was going to kick a 68-yard field goal at the end of half.
Oh, why? Because he's on your fantasy team?
No, because that was gonna be the record, man. We were 5.
I didn't. Oh,
Yeah, we were like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
let's do this
Yes,
shit, dude. Let's
yeah.
do this shit.
Okay, so
And then we
so
punted
yeah.
Yeah.
So
We know.
inside tip,
Because there was like 25 seconds left. If there was like 5 seconds left, I think we'd tried it.
inside
think-
inside tip. I've seen Bucker hit those in warm-ups.
Oh yeah.
70.
Oh yeah, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I've seen him hit
Uh,
it. Yeah,
Trent
barely,
Green.
barely, but man, he hit
Trent
him.
Green was saying he's seen him barely miss a 72-yarder in practice. Wow. Yeah.
Mm.
So oh man,
He's automatic. Did you hear what Patrick said? He's like, all I gotta do is get past the 50, and it's all good. And I just put Bucker in. It's
okay,
all
okay,
great.
that's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
that's not
That's
Patrick.
my best
Mahomes
Patrick.
Mexican?
I know that's my best Patrick. He can't be.
Or man, that's Randy the Macho Man
yeah.
Savage.
Oh
They
yeah.
sounded like Hulk Hogan at the RNC.
Do you know why they call me the Cream Brother?
I
Do you
don't
know? Do you
why.
know why? Do you know why?
I know, dude. I don't.
Because
I
the
don't.
cream always rises to the top. Oh yeah.
That's
oh,
a
yeah.
Randy man,
There you
dude.
go, there
Randy.
you go, there you
Did you
go.
know he was a rapper too? He put out a rap album.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was on.
No way.
Him and the beautiful
Yes.
Elizabeth,
Is he on this
actually.
He actually
Is
went
he
on.
on this shirt? He could be on that. Yeah, he is.
No, he's not. No, because that's NWO, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
he
that's,
was on
It's the
NWO.
Big Show. You got Scott Hall there. You got Hogan.
He was on there.
You got I can't tell the
Not at
rest.
this
The
time.
sh-
Sorry.
Randy.
shirt's been through the washer a few times.
Henning, Giant, Bret Hart, who was in
Yeah,
NWO
Scott
for
Hall, I
like
think's there somewhere.
Scott Hall,
the
yeah.
disciple.
The
which-
disciple.
Yes, the
Ooh,
disciple.
the
Okay,
disciple.
okay.
That's a whole one. Yeah.
You said the Hitman Hart. I see him there.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but Randy actually went on 106 in Park of the BET.
Oh, yeah.
Rap.
The yeah. 106
He
in
actually
Park
went
BET.
on there.
Randy, really?
Yeah.
Randy
man.
Savage?
Randy Savage. He had a rap album, bro.
No
R.I.P.,
wonder.
baby.
No wonder.
R.I.P..
No wonder everybody is all like, oh man,
Yeah.
Randy Savage. Oh, he's a savage like Randy. Like you
Yeah,
can hear it in
yeah,
rap. You
yeah.
can hear it in raps
Yeah.
all the time.
Not only was he a rapper, he also had ops out there. He had ops out there. He was like the first one, like back in the day from the WWF. So
Really?
yeah, I don't know. I kind of missed.
All right.
So
That kinda
that kind of missed.
yeah, dude.
Kind of missed. It did. It's all good. So are we have anything else for the NFL?
Did we finish the Baltimore and Dallas fiasco? Did we get to did we do game?
I mean,
we're not
we
we're
mentioned
not to
them,
game pick. Are we to game picks? We need to do game picks.
Okay,
game
what
picks.
game
We can
picks
do
you
a
want to
couple-
do?
we can do a couple game picks.
Okay.
Well, I mean, we're talking about Baltimore and Dallas. Nobody's to do game
Yes.
picks.
So there's a few games we threw out, right? So
Yeah.
do we want to do the Ravens, right?
Yep.
Versus the Cowboys, and then we got
Yeah.
the Eagles versus
And
the
the
Saints.
Yep, that's a good
I
one.
think that's a good one. And
Yeah.
then anyone else want to pick another game? I mean, we got the obvious one. The Chiefs. I mean, we're gonna do.
We're
the
not
Chiefs.
going
all
to do
picking
the Chiefs. No,
so-
we're not going to do the Chiefs. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. What's the
What you want, Freedom Rock? Throw a game out there
Yeah,
for
go ahead,
us.
Freedom Rock.
Let's see here.
Steelers? What? Chargers and Steelers? I don't want to do that one. That's
It's a
terrible.
boring
That's a
game.
terrible one.
It's a game. No, hold on.
There you
We're
go.
picking games that people want to watch. I like
Texan
that one.
Vikings.
That's a
I like that one.
But we're gonna let Freedom Rock choose.
Man, there's some interesting matchups.
Do not say Arizona.
I'm looking at this Monday Commanders at Bengals game.
Commanders,
What?
bro?
Commanders,
Who's the Commanders?
That's
Monday night.
No,
Come
James
on.
Daniels.
We're gonna go with
No one gives a
Washington
fuck about the
Commanders.
Commanders.
Get out of here,
Bro, look at these lineups.
Yo, when
All
he
right,
when
here
he
you go,
when he
here you go.
throws,
Lions Cardinals. That's an intriguing match.
I said not Arizona.
What's wrong with
He said
Arizona?
Arizona.
I do like the
I mean,
Lions Cardinals.
I don't have any.
Fine.
Okay,
Fine.
fine. I don't have any players. On either
Okay,
one.
fine. Arizona
All right,
Cardinals. Or
Freedom Rock.
Yeah.
Arizona.
Who do you have? Saints versus who they playing?
Eagles.
Eagles.
Saints
Saints
versus
Eagles.
Yeah, and the game is at noon. The game is in New Orleans.
It is
I'm gonna. What's the spread?
3.
I'm gonna take the Saints. I'm gonna take the Saints to cover that game at noon on Sunday.
There we go.
Yep.
Luckily, we have DD3 over here with the logistics.
DD3. He's
What
gonna
you
be
co-
on next show.
Come on over here. Come on over here. You can give us the spreads. I will take the Saints. If Raymond takes the Saints, I will take the Eagles.
I'm taking the Saints.
I will take
Oh,
the
there's
Eagles.
DD3. He's
DD3
popping in there. He's
popping
popping in
in.
there.
Oh, we got more
Okay.
viewers now. Look at that.
Hey, we
Hey.
have one.
We have 1. We had 0, but
Hey,
now we have
look.
1.
And it's me.
We have to make sure we always have one.
Yes.
Who is
Hey.
the live viewer? Oh, it's the Astra Boys Sports Podcast.
Ti Saints Eagles.
No, I'm going with Derek Carr and Rashid Shaheed.
You know it. A little biased, but yeah.
Risky
you
Ray.
know
Risky
it.
Ray. What do you got?
I'm going with the Saints to cover the spread for
Alright.
2.5. 2.5 cover the spread.
I'm gonna go with Philly.
Joe, I'm back with you. I'm going with Philly.
You already said Saints.
I am not going with Philly because they just lost to the Falcons.
Willie
He's-
Wishes.
he's
What do
just-
you got?
The
Saints!
Saints! That's a
Give me
win.
those.
That's a win.
DD3. Who do you got?
New Orleans.
No, that's a win. That's a win. That's a win.
Everybody, man,
That's a
everybody's going
win.
Saints,
That's
dude.
a win. That's a win.
Everybody's on the
everybody's
Saints
the
train
Saints,
now.
and
Saints
we got
train.
one. Joe Hooters went with the Eagles.
Yeah. So now who do we have? The Cowboys and Ravens? Is that the next game?
No, that would be the yes, it would be the Cowboys. And the
Okay.
Ravens.
Freedom Rock. Who do you have?
Let's see here. The Cowboys. We are in Dallas at 3:00 on Sunday. What's the spread, statistician?
1 point, Baltimore.
DD3.
I'm going to take the Ravens on the road to get their first win of the year.
Ravens. Ti, what do you got?
I'm going Ravens as well. I'm gonna put Lamar Jackson's gonna run for 80+ yards, 2 touchdowns.
Risky Ray. Who do you have?
Well, I was gonna go Ravens, and everybody's on the Ravens, but I'll take those Cowgirls. Oh!
I will get the Ravens. Willie Wishes. The
Yep.
Ravens.
Man, you guys are gonna make me look good.
DD3.
I think Mike is going to shut down Lamar a little bit. Give me the boys.
Oh! That's my dog.
I'll
Give me
take that. I'll
Give me
take
That's
that.
my dog, baby. You missed NWO kiss. You missed that one.
For life.
All right. What is our last game? Do we do
All right, the Cardinals and the Lions. We
Okay.
are in Arizona on Sunday at 3:30.
Oh, man.
What's the spread on this game?
Yeah,
Detroit -3. Oh, I'm taking the Cardinals.
so that's
all
a pygmy,
day.
right? That's a pygmy. It's at Arizona. They're
It's in
giving.
Arizona, but they're
so-
giving.
Yeah. So
No, it's Detroit -3.
right. but-
Detroit, Detroit's favored, but they're at Arizona,
Right.
and home team always gets 3.
I'm taking the
Oh,
Cardinals.
so it's like
yeah,
really
it's like-
-6.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
taking the Cardinals. Keep it rolling with Kyler.
Okay.
Okay.
Man, I've been a
All
copycat tonight,
right.
but I gotta go the same. I'm going Trey McBride. I'm going Kyler Murray. Let's go Cardinals.
Risky Ray.
They're right. Arizona. They're right.
Shit.
Arizona, they're right.
You guys, man, they're
They're
gonna fucking
right.
bite
Wow.
some kneecaps and shit. It's gonna be the Lions.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Well, Amon Ross St. Brown better be
Yeah.
Amon
David
Ross St.
Montgomery.
Brown. this
Hey,
week.
David Montgomery. That's
Willie
my dog.
Witches. What do you got?
This is an obvious pick.
DD3.
Detroit was just in the NFC Championship. It's Detroit.
Yeah.
They're used to playing in the dome. Scottsdale. They don't care about football.
All right, DD3's got the Lions.
Kyler, baby,
Yeah,
Kyler.
but give me that Arizona.
Sound like we got
on
a
points,
split
baby.
house.
Give me that Arizona.
Man,
Give me that Arizona on point though, baby.
I got it written down. We'll figure it out next week.
That's
If we win or not, what's
That's
going
right. That's right. You know what I miss? I miss remote. I really do.
Those were the days.
Those are that's awesome.
when he was at
man.
the first Fridays.
When I was at First Fridays, when I was at Lake of the
man.
Ozarks. I mean, remote is just where it's at, you know.
Did
Just
you
like-
watch the episode when Casey Waltz chimed in from Japan?
Yes, I did.
We're like, where are you at, bro?
I'm hanging outside the bathroom.
There was like young girls walking by. We're like, what are you doing, dude? What are you
That
doing?
shit was insane.
Oh,
That
man,
was insane.
man.
I did see that. Oh, welcome DD3.
Oh,
Hello, world.
DD3 is
All right,
actually
DD3.
on.
Hey.
Scoot in just a little bit more. Can you see? There you
There
go.
it is.
There you
There
go.
it is.
So I got
There
a
it
question for you,
is.
DD3. You're sporting the Travis Kelce jersey. We talked about Travis Kelce earlier. Just curious. You're obviously a fan of his. What are your thoughts on Travis Kelce so far this year, and how do you think he's going to do in week 3?
Well, he was looking a little bit light coming into the year. Usually he looks a little bit heavier at this point in the season. So I thought he was going to come a little bit faster. Usually we see him start to progress as the year goes on. Obviously in the playoffs, he turns into this monster that we all know.
Playoff Trav.
Playoff Trav.
Playoff trap.
So I
Killer
thought he was
Trav. Killer Trav.
Killer Trav.
Killer Trav.
I thought he was going to start off hotter. Maybe he's just getting old. I think what is he? 36, 35. So
He's up there.
36,
He's up
36.
there, man. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I think we'll start to see him pop off a little bit later in the season. But right now, I would not bet if his over for yards was 50, I would probably take the under. Plus, I think Atlanta's defense, I know their middle linebackers are good at coverage, and they'll probably isolate him. And, I still.
So that's some good analysis. I didn't. So they have their linebackers are good at coverage.
Yeah, they got some speedy linebackers out there. So
Matthew
Okay.
Judon over there is going
Yeah.
against left tackle, man. Like
Very
there-
good point.
There's some Atlanta's a very serious opponent that we definitely need to, and we need to take them serious. And they're coming in with all the momentum of what they just did. And I know Kirk Cousins has a slow start, and with his Achilles, and he's trying to learn the system, and yada yada yada. And he's saying all the right things. It's on me. I got to be a better quarterback. I got to do this. Yada, and all these players, and they came together in the last minute and 36 seconds, and they just put a clinic on the Philadelphia Eagles secondary. And could they do that to us? Very well. They definitely could. But the likelihood of that happening?
No.
Probably not.
No,
Probably not. Probably
We're gonna
not.
hand- we're gonna handle,
better than the
Drake
Eagles
London
secondary for sure.
And who is it? Drake London and who's their other guy we got to worry about?
It was Darnell Mooney.
Yeah,
Darnell
Mooney and
Mooney.
London. I don't think we got to worry about
They
them
ain't
too
gonna
much.
be
Man, we're good. We're good.
So I
Okay,
think.
so and then go ahead. I'm sorry, Joe.
No, go ahead. No, you go ahead. No, go ahead. Yeah,
So okay. So DD3 got a good point. I understand. He's Trav. He's going to start to slow, and he's going to progress and all that. My question is do you think it's more of a maintenance issue, or is it more of a play calling issue?
maintenance. I think they're like, well, he's been really
I-
slow.
DD3.
Really. Oh,
DD3.
oh, sorry.
We've already heard from you, Joe. Shut up.
You know how much Travis gets like energy and how he just like gets the vibes from the stadium and of the season. And once he gets more like energy through the crowd and like the hype of the game, Monday Night Football, though, he's going to be excited. He's
Sunday
gonna-
night. Sunday night football.
Sunday Night Football.
It's still a standalone
in
game.
prime time.
Yeah.
Like Mahomes in prime time. He's coming to play. He's going to show up. And I think, this could be a coming out party for Travis Kelce. He started off slow. So,
I think so.
he's going to see all the lights. He's going to want to ball out for, NBC. So,
Oh, you mean for
Sunday
Tay-Tay?
night. Oh, Sunday night.
You mean for Tay Tay?
I agree with DD3. I have him at 80 yards, and I have him at least one touchdown. I see Patrick
It's his
and
time. It's his time, man.
Travis. They're gonna reignite that spark that they have. Right.
Yep.
It's not been there this year, but this is the game that it comes back. To your point, I didn't think about the linebackers. I was focused earlier, right, on their corners, and that's a very good point. So I'm very curious to see if we're gonna run a double tight end
Yeah.
set.
And their safeties, they got they got Jesse Bates and Justin
Oh,
Simmons
yeah.
back there. They're two of
Yeah.
the best safeties
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
NFL. They'll probably put, I would guess, either one of them on Kelsey. So, We do want to see him ball out, but they got linebackers that can cover. They got safeties that can cover.
What defense does Atlanta play most of the time?
I mean,
Do they play cover 2 or do they more man to man?
Are they a 3-4 or 4-3?
Yeah.
They probably got 4 down.
Nickel. They play nickel.
Sometimes they'll play nickel.
You got to be prepared for these questions here, DD3.
Everybody
You gotta
plays
understand.
nickel, so that's
everybody. Yes,
That's
good
the easy
point.
answer. It's the
Good
easy answer.
point. Good points. Very good point.
Do you guys remember the last time we played the Falcons?
Did Tyreek Hill go for a 90-something yard touchdown? Is that what's going on?
I think I remember that.
Yeah, I think that.
So this time it would be Xavier Worthy for the deep bomb, right?
Yes, it would be Xavier Worthy for a deep bomb. I mean, I don't know. Rashid Rice ran up the line against damn it, who did we play last week?
The Bengals.
The Bengals. Yeah.
You were there.
The Bengals. I know I was there. I was
The
there.
only game
I
you
was there.
watched
I know.
that day.
Well, I'll tell you,
I can remember numbers, but I can't remember who we played last week.
when you go to the game, it's a different situation.
Yeah.
You don't.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
You could be at the game, but you could really, are you at the game?
So I literally, that's true. You know what? I took all of 20 seconds to look for Taylor Swift, and I could not find her. And I was like, "Fuck this shit."
He was like,
And I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? I'm done. I was like, I'm watching Patrick.
there.
All you have to do is just
She was
watch that
there.
shit from
Yeah, she
home.
was
You would have seen her plenty of times. I think she had 6 appearances last week, and that was only because Travis Kelce kept on catching the ball, but it would come back for a penalty. So
No, that's what I'm saying. I was there, and I had my binoculars, and I had a straight view straight at it, and I'm sitting there looking, and I'm like, "Where's Tay-Tay? Where's Tay-Tay? Where's she at? Oh, she in there. She getting a drink. She using the restroom. What's going on?" And I'm like, you know what? Fuck, I'm done. And let me see what Patrick's
Is she
doing.
using that restroom? Is one.
I don't know what she was doing. I didn't find her. I know what suite she's in because we Willie Wishes and I sat in her same suite during preseason.
Oh, that
Overtime!
means overtime.
OT, baby.
Okay, what next question you have for DD3? Tony?
So well, I gotta have that question.
Sorry about that.
Wait, what? Oh, I do have a question for DD3. So, we do several shows, right? My other co-host, Ray, sometimes will get into the mix with me. He'll spar with it a little bit. Fuck Ken will sometimes too. So what I'm talking about is either boxing, UFC. We're not going to talk too much about it today. I'm just curious, since you are here, do you or your generation, your friends, do you guys follow boxing? Do you follow the UFC at all?
I like to watch the main events. I don't know too much. The thing about the UFC that it's hard for me to get into it is you don't get a regular season. You don't get weeks 1 through 17, and you never know when the guys are fighting. So I think that kind of gets us. And there's not really like fantasy. There is the betting, but you look at the cards, and it's even on the main card, you don't know more than half the guys, at least for me. And I'm huge into sports, but I still don't know who's fighting. Now they are great fights, and
So DD3, to my point, where I've made this point on this show that UFC is watered down because they do it so much that you don't know. It's like, oh, who are these guys? Who's this guy? Okay, Conor McGregor. Okay, I know that guy. And then, or this guy, like back in the day, the Iceman, Chuck Liddell.
That dude was beast.
Or Rampage Jackson. Okay, they're fighting.
I knew Joe was gonna go down this fucking road.
Well, you started it, bro. You started
no,
it.
it's fine. It's fine,
No,
right?
but I just think the names are not there in the UFC right now. The big name is not there.
I think the talent is out there. Like
probably
the
talent. It probably
do
is there,
see a lot
but
of
the name is not there.
I'm going to say
name
something
is
to
not there.
DD3's point. I'm an avid, I would say I'm very knowledgeable about UFC. But with that being said,
Really?
in comparison to the other cast members here.
Yes,
Okay,
absolutely.
in comparison,
There you go.
to
There
other
you go.
people that know more shit
There you
about
go.
this than I do, right?
That wasn't a
Is,
jab. That wasn't a jab, by the way.
Even though, right? No, even though
Pun intended.
I feel like I know a lot about it. To your point, like
He does.
25-30% of the people that are on those cards, I don't know who they are either.
I knew he was going there.
I
knew he was
really
going
don't
there.
know who
Yeah,
they
I knew
are
he was
either.
going in there.
Now-
And I'll say this, for people that are coming into it now, it's probably not the best time to come in it for a few different reasons. Real quick, One, I don't think Dana White cares as much about it as he used to. He's moving on to the Power Slap League. He thinks it's going to be bigger than UFC one day.
That's no I
fucking agree with you on that, but that's what he says. It might be actually, believe it or not.
Can I stop you for a half second?
In other countries, people are crazy about that.
Can I stop you for a half second?
Yeah,
just real quick. Maybe my information is wrong or whatever. But isn't the next UFC fight going on in the Vegas sphere?
That was
no,
week.
that was 306.
That was 306.
We'll say something.
They
about
lost
that real
money
quick.
on that.
They lost money on that, but I will say this: if you they knew they was going to lose money on it because the production they spent on it was fucking outrageous.
Right.
But I don't know if anyone's watched any of the highlights, and I encourage you to go do it. You've never seen nothing like it on TV. You just have not, right? The shit that they were doing at the Sphere
was insane.
And I didn't have 3D glasses, but it looked like shit was coming through my TV. I'm not even kidding. And I'm telling you,
well,
if you
you know what?
The Sphere,
hey,
you would probably like flinching, like, oh shit.
You know what?
If
If you had 3 glasses of Pendleton whiskey, anything's coming through that screen. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh, we got a Pendleton whiskey plug. Now, Pendleton
So,
whiskey.
So on the
just
UFC,
turn into Whiskey Ray.
DD3, do you watch bare knuckle fighting?
On YouTube, yes, I watched that.
That
the
shit,
backyard.
man. Oh, dude.
Yeah, it's fun.
We went to me and
It's
the original
not.
TI went to. It
It's
was
not
here.
fun.
It was here in KCK, and that was a good. It was a good event, right?
It was a very good
It was
event.
a man. it was-
Myself.
These motherfuckers were just throwing, and half the fights were stopped because someone's face was just so fucked up. That they,
hey, real quick.
That's why you're there.
they had to stop the fight, dude. Their faces were just so fucked up.
It was
Hey,
like
real quick.
experienced boxer versus somebody that just fucking got in a few street fights.
Yeah.
real quick. And
We're not on real quick
I
shit.
know. But real quick, when we're sitting here talking about fighting, when you guys know, and Willie knows this, and bare knuckle fighting, but back in the day, you would be at the bus stop and you'd go body with somebody. You call it body. So basically, no face shots. You sitting there, no face shots, and all you're doing, you're going straight body. So you're knuckling, you're punching your body. Once somebody gets grazed in the face or gets hit somewhere in the face, and you had to stand up straight, the fight was over. You couldn't do anything else. But it was all body. That's bare knuckle.
Hey, we still do that. We still do that.
Well,
You guys still do that?
Oh yeah.
I would
Nice.
say if I was fighting
I used to do
anyone,
that back in the day too.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, you
What
call
about
it.
a slap
Yeah,
box?
you call it.
No,
body.
Raymond, you know anything about a slap box?
back in the day, like back in our
I hate
day,
slapbacks.
if someone was gonna fight someone, there was no rules. Like, I'm going to hit you in the
No
fucking
rules.
face, bro.
Yeah,
like, nah, I don't like you.
with not getting too far into it, we used to do some wild dumb shit back
I mean,
in the day
like
when we started watching
wrestling-
UFC. Right?
wrestling and whatnot. But like,
We would turn the lights
if
off.
it comes to throwing
Yeah.
fists,
Hey,
ugh.
remember this, Joe? We would turn the lights off in Art's basement, right? Down there, pitch black, and we
And I
would
bet
just,
Art Soto's the
Diddy
one line
Yes,
person.
yes. And I'm telling you, we would just beat the shit out of each other. We would, and that was the one rule. That was the one rule. It's
my
like you
God.
don't punch somebody in the face, right?
Beat
Yeah.
your dick off
Hey,
so
but
hard,
no,
dude.
you don't.
That's
Hey,
right. You don't
hey.
punch him in the face.
No, but Casey Waltz, who's not here, Casey Waltz, who usually sits in this, he was the eye gouger. Boom.
Yeah.
Captain
yeah.
Encino has no.
Because Wallace would get his ass kicked, and he would start gouging your eyes. And so what we would do is, once somebody got a hold of him, they let everybody else know, I got him over here, and we would go whoop his ass. Everybody. I mean, we're jumping in with knees. We're doing elbows. Like we wasn't playing back in the day. Yeah,
That's why he became a
that's
cop.
why he became a cop.
Because he got his ass beat.
All right,
You want
all
to beat
right.
everybody.
We got a little derailed there. We're probably coming up on some real quicks here in a moment.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
let's
are.
just
I will ask
yeah.
Freedom Rock. Freedom Rock can come take my spot when we do the real quicks. But real quick, before we get to that, I do want to talk about the WNBA, the playoffs. By the way,
Are you taking my?
Start
You're taking my.
today.
You're
Oh,
taking my
that's
real
what that
quicks.
was. I didn't know.
Oh
what
no,
that
this
PO
is not a real
was.
quick because I got a few things to say about it, and then I'm going to get out of here for real quicks, and Freedom Rock's going to take my spot.
Okay.
So Cheryl Swoops, I don't know if you guys been seeing this.
That was my
yes,
real
I
quick.
heard it.
Over.
Yep.
No, it's not. You could do. Your
Yes.
real quicks.
No.
Done.
Let's talk about that.
So let's talk about
Yeah,
it.
let's
Go
talk
ahead.
about it.
Because she said that Clayton, what's her name?
Clayton Carter.
Clayton
Clayton
Clark.
Caitlin Clark
Caitlin Clark.
was not dominant, but she's
Yes.
averaging 19 points and 8 assists.
Because she's
What the fuck?
because Sarah, her
She's a hater.
Well, yes, she is a hater
She's a straight hater.
she's a hater because of her records. She's holding her records because it's Cheryl Swoops. Anybody in the
No.
WNBA, anybody you say WNBA,
Joe,
you say
Look at
Cheryl
my
Swoops.
first line.
Does it say hater? Does it say hater?
Yeah.
Does it
It
say
says,
hater?
it says I have on my notes. It's funny that Joe said it. It says
Cheryl
Cheryl
Swoops
Swoops is a hater, and then I remember the rest of it. And I'll,
Well, no, she's mad because now women basketball is kind of blowing up, and she was the baller back in the day.
She was.
but no one cared.
Nobody did care.
No
I
one
know.
cared.
She was a pioneer. She needs to be
Yeah.
happy that she was a pioneer, and all of her records stand for the most part, and they're going to be broken by Caitlin Clark, which is
Yeah.
a white basketball player.
And
so
exactly.
get
You know what?
over it.
And I was gonna say the same
Get
thing.
over it.
Ray said this thing that some people are uncomfortable to say, right?
Yeah.
It is because
I'm not
she's-
uncomfortable.
That's definitely part of it is because she's white, right? But for Cheryl Swoops,
I'm a Caitlin
in
Clark
case you're
supporter.
listening, she probably doesn't watch our podcast, but just in case a friend,
She's not that
A
one
friend-
person. She's
just
not
in
that
case-
one person.
Hey, just in case a friend recommends the show to her, she stumbles across this. I just want to go over a few things with her real quick, right?
Wait, with Swoops or Clark?
Well, we're talking to Swoops right now.
Okay.
We're talking about.
All right. Here we go,
Clark's,
Swoops. Here we go. Come on. I want to hear these numbers.
accomplishment.
I think
She
I know
broke
these.
the league's single game assist record with 19. Right.
We're talking about Clark
She's
right now,
got
right?
the
No.
Caitlin Clark. That is, yes. She's not dominant. They say. They say she's not dominant. That's what Cheryl Swoops is saying, right? So this is what she's done. She's broke the single games assist record with 19.
Yep.
The single season record for assists with 329. She was the first rookie to ever post a triple double. She had 10 assists in the All-Star game as a rookie. That's a record as well. Overall record, by the way, is by Sue Bird, 11. She'll break that next year or the year after that, right?
All-star shit.
yeah.
All-star records are shit.
Joe mentioned
Yeah.
earlier that she's averaging 19 points, but let's talk about Caitlin Clark in September. Caitlin Clark in September is averaging 22.5 points, 9.1 assists, and 5.6 rebounds per game.
I want to hear what
She's
this
led the
season-
league in assists, and she's the league's second best scorer in September.
And she's going to win Rookie of the Year.
And
yeah.
she
That's a
should be
lock. That's a
MVP.
lock.
She should be MVP.
Whoa,
They're gonna give that to
Asia
AJ.
Wilson.
Asia
Asia
Wilson.
Wilson. Asia
Asia
Wilson.
Wilson. Asia
Just
Wilson.
broke the
Asia Wilson.
scoring
She's
record.
insane. Asia Wilson's insane.
But
and
Caitlin
you know what?
is
This
bringing all the
all the viewership.
Yes,
All the
she's
viewership.
bringing it.
I will say that it is
Caitlin,
ridiculous.
come to our podcast. We need viewership.
I was ridiculous. I will say that this is ridiculous. That not really, because I definitely support women's sports, but we are talking about. Oh, shit!
What are you doing,
Oh, it died.
Nothing broke this.
What happened? Nothing broke. Okay, all right. But we are talking. We are talking about the WNBA, and as a topic,
Yeah.
as a hot topic.
Can I get one of your beers? Well, don't stop talking.
No, I need a beer too.
Because you need a beer, bro.
So as a podcast, we're talking about. I know there's a podcast out there talking about WNBA, but we're talking about primary, which is football, Kansas City Royals, Chiefs, and we're talking about the WNBA. We're talking about the WNBA. So
Yeah,
so saying
Hold on.
that, so
Can I stop
so
you
that
real
is
quick?
very prolific. Go ahead.
Why are we talking about the WNBA?
Caitlin Clark is
There
the
you go.
only reason.
The only reason.
The
Continue.
only reason.
Continue.
Not the only reason.
The only reason.
Not the only reason. So you're saying if Caitlin Clark never existed, we're talking about the WNBA because somebody is hating on Caitlin Clark. And if somebody was hating on Asia Wilson, a WNBA player, nobody would care.
Right.
But let's be real. It's because she's white. It's because Caitlin Clark is white and
Do you
she's
think it's-
breaking. Yeah,
I don't
absolutely.
know, bro.
Absolutely,
She's doing
100%.
stuff- She's doing stuff that no one's ever done before. It's like Steph Curry.
I understand.
It's-
Look,
it's
I
like
understand.
the
The game.
first
The
player to
game
come
has
along and
changed.
change the whole thing.
The
and
game
do
has
it, and
changed.
the only one that's
I know.
doing it.
I know.
It's her.
I'm a Caitlin Clark supporter. Love watching Caitlin Clark.
Is
Doesn't
it
matter. But Caitlin Clark could be Puerto Rican for all I care. But I would still watch Caitlin Clark for what she's doing.
Raymond, do you think it could be just because now it's got all this attention and all these players who have laid the foundation for women's sports?
Thank
are
you.
A little bit
Thank
solid-
you. Thank you.
salted?
Also at the same
Raymond
time,
is, I mean, not Raymond.
DD3.
Willie is about to go outside to my deck.
Okay. I'm gonna make this last point before I go back to the deck. I don't want to make.
You want to go to the deck too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. No.
I've been watching WNBA for a long time, and I support women's sports, and I'm a big, huge U.S. women's supporter.
How long you been watching the WNBA?
Long
What's your favorite
time.
team? What's your favorite team? What's your
Long
favorite
time.
WNBA team?
Don't. You're not going nowhere yet. We're going to end this.
Hold on, Willie. Hold on, Willie. Hold on. We got to do real quicks.
We're going to end the show on our real quicks.
I've been watching.
DD3, real quick, and just
WNBA
throw something
long
out there like, hey,
Long
just
time.
a stat or
Ask me who
something
my favorite players.
real quick. Something real quick.
Last time we played the Falcons, Eric Berry with a purple mouthpiece. He had a pick 2, and the Falcons were
That's who it
leading
was.
us by 1 point for 0 seconds because they took the lead. Eric Berry took it to the crib. We're back to winning 0 seconds later.
Matt Ryan threw that pass.
Real quick.
Real
Real quick.
Arch Manning has 4 touchdowns passing and 1 touchdown running
For Texas.
for Texas. And we have T.I.
Oh, yeah.
over here.
That's on it.
Oh,
Got
hey,
it.
that's the real quick.
There it
That's
is. Got it. Go ahead.
That is. All right, who has the next? Anyone has a
Who's got it real quick? Go ahead.
Real quick. It's a terrible thought, but DD3's game against the Falcons with Eric Berry, same game. Derek Johnson tore his Achilles in, and it changed the whole season. So, sorry, real quick. The Royals will secure the 5th seed in the wild card, lose game 1, and come back and beat Baltimore in game 2 and 3 in advance.
Real quick.
Real quick.
Oh.
This is coming from Willie Wishes. David, you're going down, bitch.
Oh man! All right, write that down. Write that down.
Yeah, take a
Joe.
screenshot,
Write
do what
that
you're there.
down.
Real quick. Kareem Hunt will not be playing this Sunday against the Falcons.
Thank
And it's
you,
not
Rick.
because he doesn't know the playbook, because he really doesn't, and it's not because that he's not in shape, because he is in shape. It's because it really is too early.
All right, real quick. Caitlin Clark, rookie card, signed, sells for $84,000.
No, it does
No,
not. 80
I'd
Is that
buy
real?
that. I'd buy that.
That's what I saw.
$84,000.
I would buy that.
Stop.
That's
I would buy that. Yes.
That's a solid.
Yes, I
investment.
would buy that. If I had $84,000, I would buy that.
How much is that worth in 20 years?
Risky Ray would tell you the only reason it's worth $84,000 is
Because she's white.
white.
Because she's white.
She's the George
I
Washington.
mean, I'm not mad at her.
Look,
I like being white too.
She's the
I
Jackie Robinson of the WNBA.
I hate putting
Bring it back.
race.
I like that one. I like that one.
I hate putting race in those things. I really do, but it's a real thing.
you got
It's
that?
a real thing. It's a real thing in the women. It's in the women's
Race,
game. It's a
yes,
real
it
thing in the
Just
women's
in the
game.
women's game, though. Huh?
Just in the women's game. Yeah,
Who's your
absolutely.
favorite player?
Because they Sabrina Ionescu.
You know who I like?
Ionescu, sorry. Who?
Caitlin Clark.
Kate, name another.
I like Steph Curry,
name,
too. I like Steph
name
Curry. You
another
know why I
player
like 'em? 'Cause
besides
they
Clayton
drop
Clark, Sabrina
bombs.
Ionescu.
They'll throw it up. From
Name
half
another
court.
current player besides the 3 players we named today in the WNBA.
Shell Swoops.
Angel Reese.
Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner. That's
Super.
your, is that your boy?
Too
Is that your boy,
late.
Brittany?
Too
Is that your
late.
boy?
Too late.
Real quick. Not only will the 49ers be without Christian McCaffrey, likely George Kittles is out as well.
No problem. Jawan Jennings,
Debo.
Brandon Ayuk, Debo's out.
Debo's out.
And Mason, no problem at all. You'll see. I will tell you this: if there's
Got Brandon
any game,
Ayuk.
Brandon Ayuk. If there's any game, because I know there's some Brock Purdy haters out there, and I'm one of them. But I will tell you, if there's any game to prove all of them wrong, this is the game to prove.
Are
them.
you taking the Niners?
Probably?
I'm gonna take the Vikings because their defense is for real. And
Their
they're at
defense.
home, yeah?
Oh my God, their defense
Yeah.
is for real.
And they
Yes.
still
No,
have
I'm not.
Jettas?
I'm not taking the Vikings. No, I'm taking
it.
the
Yeah,
49ers.
There's gonna be
I'm
some
taking
surprises.
the Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings.
Vikings.
All right, DD3, you got it real quick. You gotta say real quick.
You have to hit the button, though.
Real quick. Shout out Stanley Wood Products if you need any
Hey!
cabinets. We'll build you a home. We'll build you your dream kitchen.
I I know you
dream
need some
closet.
cabinets, motherfucker.
I'm getting in Joe's pocket next. I'm getting in Joe's pocket next.
Oh shit!
All right, Freedom Rock. Real quick.
Real quick. Caitlin Clark, MVP next year, and
Oh,
world
definitely
champion.
next year. Definitely.
Okay.
So hit that burrow head button. The
Okay.
burrow head button. Nope. Hey, burrow head. Nope.
It's the wrong one.
That's
All right, it's a wrap.
No.
Oh my God, he's got it on the wrong. We'll just.
No. We'll finish with this. Hey! Thank you